Is it time for you to bug me today? Hello VC, Plastic Eric here, Plastic Soundwave Cult. Here for yet another, just another pickups video. And today, some of this stuff I've found from other, YouTube channels, and some of it I've kind of grouped together. Are you kidding me? All right, so let's get started. This first album I found out about on StuntrockConfusion. That's Stunty's channel. He was talking about, great songs that he likes from newer artists, and one of the ones that apparently is his favorite from 2020 is this album here by Hillary Woods. This is Birthmarks. This is an album about her pregnancy and her feelings on it, and man, very deep lyrics, very, very introspective. As he points out in his videos, she's singing to her baby, and you almost get that perspective when you listen to this album. Definitely very ethereal. This isn't get up and dance music. I don't even know. I've listened to it in the car, and it sounds, fine in the car. But this is an album to, if you really want to enjoy it, you sit down, close your eyes, and just get lost in the sound of it. I mean, this is a sit down and really deep dive into it. Beautiful, beautiful music. Whoever the guy that plays the cello on this does such a good job. This goes from her high, kind of ethereal voice to like these low cello sounds, and just the contrast of everything in the sound and this album is absolutely incredible. It's weird because she's an Irish artist, but I noticed that every version of this album is a US pressing off of Sacred Bones. And yeah, so it's like even the European pressings are US pressings. Absolutely fantastic album. Stunty, you're right. This was a good album for 2020. Here we got side A and side B. Beautiful label. So, if you get a chance to check out Stunty's channel, check it out. Link in the description. The next album that I have, my brother and I do a series of videos called Collection Connection. And one of the videos that my brother brought up as one of his connections was the band Beirut. And this is the album The Riptide. He kind of explained it as kind of like a hipster band. I guess so. Cat emergency. This album is absolutely. This is another one where it actually sounds okay in the car, but it's another one that's best appreciated just sitting down and just listening to, what they have to say, what they have to play. The title song on here is what hooked me, but all the songs on here are really, really good. It looks like a little bit like an older album, the way they got it set up. This is absolutely fantastic. This was originally like one of those bands where one guy plays all the instruments and then he goes and takes a band on tour. And I think pretty much now the band that he tours with works with him on the albums as well now. And it's an interesting mix because it's got accordions, horns, trombone. The mix of horns and synthesizers on this album is done really well. Matches his voice really nicely. It just sounds, how do I describe it? Just the blending of all the horns is done really well. You know, just it's mixed really well. Like I said, the title track is very good. The other songs that I have on here that I like, Payne's Bay, The Peacock is good. I mean, the whole thing is pretty solid, but those are like some of the standout tracks. This came out on Pompeii Records, and I gotta say, this is really, really pressed well. This is such a fantastic pressing. It is so quiet. This is one of the quieter albums that I have. And it has to be, you know, it's the same reason why a lot of these jazz guys like really quiet vinyl. You know, it's the quiet parts that really stick in your mind. So if you get a chance, check out Beirut, the Riptide. Learned about that one from my brother. Another band that I found out from my brother. It's a very dancey guy, Roosevelt. The first song I heard from this guy was a song called Teardrops, which is a remake of an old 70s song, and he did a really good job. And then my brother brought this up in Collection Connection, and I listened to it. It never stops. So, Roosevelt, Young Romance. This is really nice dance music. Euro disco, if you want to call it that. It's got elements of Erasure, Depeche Mode, very Vince Clarke-like. Some of the stuff he does makes me think a little bit of Beck's newer stuff. Foster the People. Kind of in that vein. Very beat orientated. Just really catchy songs. It's great to listen to in the car. It's great to just kick back and listen to. It's great to listen to while you're doing housework, and you can just kind of groove along with the music as it plays. The first side of this is absolutely perfect. Such a good put together album. The second side is good too. It's not as strong as the first, but still, the whole thing is super solid. If you get a chance, and check out this guy, Roosevelt. This album is still available. He just put out a new album called Paula Dance. And from what I've heard of that album so far, I'll probably be getting it because it sounds pretty smooth too. He does a song on here with a band called Washed Out, which is another band I'm thinking about getting into. Again, very dancey, very spatial, great music. If you get a chance, check out Roosevelt. Not a particularly fancy label. All right. And the last album I'm going to talk about today is Prince, Sign of the Times. This is a reissue. This is easily, personally for me, my favorite album that Prince put out. It's long. It's got a lot of pop. It's got a lot of rock. It's got a lot of funk. He's a little bit all over the place. I think this album here really gets into the mastering of his abilities of crossing almost any genre. I mean, he really did a good job of blending rock and pop and funk. I personally don't think anybody really even did it better than him. He might have been a dick about it, but he was a genius. I know he's got much more probably famous albums than this one, but this one here, for me, just really did it. I heard it years and years ago. I hadn't heard it in a long time. I have it on tape, but recorded tape. And getting this and listening to it, on vinyl is just absolutely fantastic. They really did a good job on putting this one together. I mean, they did a nice job with the inner sleeves. This one here comes on really nice salmon colored vinyl. Again, awesome Paisley Park custom labels. Similar here. If you get a chance, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there still. I got it on the first day, but I'm sure there's a ton out there still. I mean, this starts off with the haunting Sign of the Times. I mean, the title track on this is just absolutely amazing. If you get a chance, pick up this reissue. It's done really well. I think it's his best work. Yeah. So with that, it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. And again, it ain't just about the music. Bye.